I've always been passionate about all animals, but especially dogs. And many years ago, I first saw the horrific videos showing dogs and cats being skinned, often while still alive, and being brutally slaughtered for meat. So I've always wanted to do something active to help those animals in the Far East. And so last year, I managed to contact Charles Wartenberg, who is president of the Animal Kingdom Foundation, and they have the largest shelter in the Philippines. And so Charles invited me over to work as a volunteer and to see the work that's being done so I could promote the centre within my new book. And basically the shelter itself has around 500 dogs, as well as cats, pigs, etc. and other animals. And all the dogs have been rescued from the dog meat trade, which incidentally is now illegal in the Philippines, mainly due to the efforts of the foundation. But having been there in person and looked into those dogs' eyes, knowing what they've been through, and still they come close to you for a cuddle or stroke, it changes your life, and it certainly changed mine. 2 weeks previous to my arrival, there were 74 dogs which were rescued in Cavite City, and I looked after those, and basically it's just a case of rehabilitation and showing the animals that humans can be loving towards them, and just integrating them into the main kennels with all the other dogs. And we have undercover investigators working for the Animal Kingdom Foundation, and they perform all the raids, and basically if you're there at a particular time, it's literally short notice where you go in with the police and local authorities, rescue the animals, and the traders are arrested, and that's basically what we do. But some of the scenes are very horrific, very harrowing. The Animal Kingdom Foundation not only actively rescues the animals and looks after them at the shelter, we go around the entire Philippines, visiting various cities and towns, providing free vaccination days, spays, neuterings, all for free. We hand out collars and leads, and we do a lot of educational work with the population, teaching them about basic animal welfare. You tend to find it's not strictly an Asian problem. It happens in Eastern Europe as well. But the likes of China, and especially people will be well aware that Korea, they have a reputation for it as well. But I must stress that the vast majority of people in these countries, they are passionate dog lovers. It's always just a very small minority, but this still equates to thousands of dogs being slaughtered every week. Basically, they see it has been known to be a cultural thing, but many people in these Asian countries now want this part of their culture eradicated themselves. And the main reason they eat the meat, they terrify the dogs beforehand, so it causes the adrenaline to run into the animals, and according to them, it makes the meat taste better, and that's why they do it. Also, when they're skinned, this fur, it's often mislabeled as fake fur or fox fur, which is then exported all over the world. And even in England, we've seen instances where cuddly toys in certain shops or trims on coats and things, it's actually cat and dog fur, unbeknown to the people buying it. We've got it down from around 1 million animals a year, at least, being killed. And now with it being actually illegal in the Philippines itself, we've gotten that down to around 100,000, which is a substantial reduction, but this still sadly equates to the 2,000 animals being slaughtered this way every week. But I do know that places like South Korea, that they actually have industrial-sized slaughterhouses for these dogs, and they're raised exclusively to be slaughtered. And it literally runs into the millions.